we just start off just showing you how he is to bridle. You've got to see that, and he's quite normal. I put my finger in his mouth on the opposite side to ask him to open it. I can ask him to lower his head a little bit by having a little push on his pole. He's good about his ears, but I always make sure I'm polite about how I do that. And I step to the front and make sure everything is square. He kind of likes to play with a bit while I'm doing this. We're so humid right now that every keeper doesn't fit very well. All right, here's just our starting setup for the lunging. You see it's relatively loose, just enough to kind of give a slight outline and a little guidance of side to side. And then we run it through the bit ring here.
The lunge line.
Then the lunge line, and then snap it here. What we find is that gives a pull across the face this way and a little bit of pressure on the bit on the opposite side, but it doesn't pull on this side of the bit ring much. So that's what we like about that. The outside side rein is 2 adjustments longer than the inside one. And that's kind of my standard. So to ask him to walk off, I have my lunge line in my leading hand, my lunge whip and my excess in my back hand. I'm going to step back by his skirt. I'm going to walk a little forward. I'm going to cluck and give a little swing of my whip. Cluck. And then I'm going to feed out a little bit more lunge line. That's going to move out. I'm going to swing the lunge whip at his rib cage. Tell him out to a nice moderate sized circle. To halt, I'm going to bring my whip forward up under the lunge line and turn so that I'm facing the same direction as him. And walk. And to walk on, I'm going to step back behind the drive line, which the drive line is approximately the girth. The farther back I am, the more of a driving position I'm in. And the farther forward I am, the more I'm blocking the energy. going to roll up my lunge line, and I'm going to walk to his shoulder or the saddle, not his head, because I want him to be thinking about staying square, both because I want him to always be thinking about a balanced halt for dressage, but also because I want to be able to come up and work on my tack here, or get on, or any of that kind of thing, and not have him think that he always has to have his nose on me. Now, because I want to do a video, I'm going to shorten this. Unfortunately, these are quite long, so when I would shorten them, I usually would shorten them what would be like 2 holes, 2 of these rings. To do that on this, I have to go snap it there. I wish that side rings weren't all so long. And I'm going to do the same thing on the outside. Now, oftentimes I would be done lunging there and just get on, but for the sake of kind of showing what would be my second working length. And what I don't